This next video is going to be on a very, very, very important subject, and that is the naming of your child. I don't think you have anything more important than the naming of your child because it sets up the entire blueprint for that child's life. So stay tuned and learn more. Today I'm going to be speaking to one of my favorite subjects, is selecting the name for your child. This is one of the most important things that a parent can do for their child, is to help get or correct or choose the best name for that child, because that name is going to be with that child the entire life. Whatever you register at birth is with you for life. Even if you change your name 3 times, have an alias, doesn't matter. This blueprint is never ever lost. It's registered, it's there, it's your imprint. So when a parent is going to choose a name for a child, it needs to think very, very carefully of the implications of doing this task. It's a divine task because you're setting that child up with a destiny in the child's name. You're setting it up with its karmic lessons in the name. You're setting it up with the personality it will have and also the motivation it will have. So it's very important. And it also has in that name the talents that the person will be bringing in to work with. So more people should give more time and energy to choosing the name of their child or grandchild than they do. And then they need to help them from early on the get-go to help guide them using their blueprint rather than just letting them enter the world without any direction. So that is number 1. And then I wanted to also talk to you about spellings, because there's a great implication here of the difference in the spelling of, say, the word Brian or Casey. Brian can be spelled with an I, B-R-I-A-N, or Brian with a Y, B-R-Y-A-N, and that has a significant difference in those 2 names. Even though they look the same, they're going to sound the same, they're not spelled the same. Y is a very different energy than the letter I. So you want to know what is the difference and what do you need to know to have that in there. 7 is the number behind the Y, and 9 is behind the number I. So that's just one example. Or we have Catherine with a C or Catherine with a K. What's the difference? Well, the K is a very powerful letter. It starts out right away. That's a motivational, inspirational number. Is the letter K. And so you'll find one of the things like Casey, K-A-S-E-Y versus C-A-S-E-Y. So these are many differences. Whatever you feel, you would like your child to go and be guided to that direction. Now, one of the things that has stood the test of time are certain male names that keep coming over and over and over. Harry Truman, Henry Ford, Howard Hughes. The powerful name for a man starts with an H and ends with an H if possible, but always starts with an H. So you want power for this child, and it's a male, give it the letter H. If you want, particularly leading the name. And there aren't many what we'll call, there are Hughes, that's another name. Horace, that's another name. A lot of these old-fashioned names were very, very powerful. And men in, say, corporate world, you will hear these powerful names. And so that's just one indication too. And with girls, the name of Catherine with a K, Elizabeth with the middle letter 8, the Z is a 26, is an 8, it ends with an 8. So you want to give this child some power, you put a lot of 8s in there. That's the letter H, Q, or Z. So these are just some examples of how important it is to really choose that name wisely. And the other thing too is what numbers are missing in the name. Remember I said that, and I've said before in my YouTube videos, that every letter covers a number? And by the time you unmask these letters, like L is a 12, and I is a 9, and G is a 7, and H is an 8, you will find there are certain numbers that are not there. And if they're not there, they're karmic corrections. So you want to help the child and make sure they have the least number of karmic corrections in their name. Let's make it easy for them or not make it too hard. And also, just so you know, the vowels are the motivation, the consonants in the name are the personality. So you can tell in advance what type of personality this child is going to have, what's the destiny of this child, what motivates this child, what are the karmic corrections, all in the name you choose. So choose wisely. This is one of my most favorite private sessions I do. They're only a half hour, and many times grandparents will order them. Parents will send me 3 names. They want me to tell them about each one so they can choose before the child is born. So that's very, very important work that I do in that area. It's only a half hour. It's well worth the investment. So that's just one thing. And the other thing, too, is that this is a privilege that you get to do, is to help name the soul coming in. So you want to really think well about it rather than gimmicky or trendy, something that has substance and will last, and you don't want to load this child down with a bunch of karmic corrections if you don't have to. So that is something the parent or grandparent can help with. And if you have named your child, it's nice to know later, what's the plan? What's the child like? What's it going to do? What are the times? When can you help it? When should you let it go by itself? All these kinds of things are in there. So again, I would love to do the reading for you if you need that for your child or grandchild. It's a wonderful gift. So just get in touch with me, and you can reach me on my website, and that would be the child's reading. So I look forward again to our next YouTube video, and thank you for watching. Hi, thank you again for watching my YouTube channel. If you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe, see below. There's a place for you to do that. This last thing to note, that I will be in Chicago on Sunday, October 6th, providing a workshop from 1 to 4 in Oak Park, which is part of Chicago, on October the 6th, Sunday, and the whole workshop will be on how to understand what is happening to you and what is happening in the world. Fascinating information. Think you'll love it. It's stuff that you really don't find really anywhere. Again, thanks for watching.